coordination, timing, designation, all important things in Total War. Getting your army to attack as one well-oiled machine, rather than a folly of bumbling children, is of the utmost importance. This is actually less of a tactic and more of a gentle reminder of common sense, as I see this type of thing happening a lot online. Let's begin with an example and I'll illustrate exactly what I'm talking about. I'm moving up with my dwarves on the Empire who are bombarding me. There's some Reichsguard coming in through the trees on my right, and also some Reichsguard on the left who are about to be moving in any second now. So he's obviously looking to flank me, and I realise this, and I'm expecting his main army to move up and support that flank, but they don't. His cavalry comes in on the right by themselves, so he sent one unit to fight an entire army. His main army is just sat there watching at the moment, they're not too fussed. The other unit of Reichsguard is on the way, and they're finally going to arrive. So now 2 units are fighting the entire army. And of course they're going to get utterly destroyed because 2 units are fighting an entire army. So this is what I'm talking about. You can't send a little amount of troops to fight a large amount of troops. That's common sense, right? It applies to Total War. It's really as simple as that everything has to try and attack at the same time. It's not easy to do, but it's what you have to do. This is an online battle, by the way, and all this guy needs to do was send his front line up with the rest of his troops. Attack in the flanks as you attack in the front. It gives the enemy more things to think about. Increases their chances of making mistakes. It forces them to make quick choices. Let's look at another example. Vampires moving up on my Empire army now. His front line's coming towards me. He's got some units on the right that are starting to head towards me. Blood Knights, some Bats, Manfred. On the left, hidden away in the trees, there's a bunch of Crypt Horrors as well as some other things. And they're of course going to be flanking in from my left side. So this attack is looking to launch on 3 sides. So let's see how it plays out. The Bats are coming in now, and they're going to get after my skirmishers. A good move, tie up the skirmishers, that's what Bats are made for. I was aiming for his Blood Knights, so he's protecting his Blood Knights by tying them up. So the Blood Knights are free to move in. But they're not. They're just chilling. The front line's about to arrive, but the Blood Knights are not moving in yet. And the Crypt Horrors and stuff are nowhere to be seen. This means that I can easily deal with these 3 attacks one at a time. I've got room to think and make choices about how to deal with everything. The front and right side attack on my army have come together at roughly the right time. I've sent some spearmen out to disrupt the front line, and I've net of Ammontocked the Blood Knights. The Crypt Horrors are on their way, but are very late to the party. This means I have plenty of time to deal with one of the biggest threats to Blood Knights, and I've got plenty of time to think about how I'm going to deal with all the Crypt Horrors. And the front line still hasn't made it to my front line because I threw some spearmen in the way. So the attack plan was good, trying to come in from 3 sides, it's just the execution was a little bit misaligned, the timing was a bit off. If those Crypt Horrors had hit the same time as the Blood Knights, I would have had a lot tougher time dealing with 3 units of Crypt Horrors, Cairn Wraiths and Direwolves all coming from that left side. Here's another one. I'm the Empire, I've got Bretonnia coming at me. A coordinated attack is being launched. I've got Hippogriffs coming at me from the back on one side, Hippogriffs coming at me from the back on the other side, and then also some cavalry coming in from the right flank. So I'm now being forced to make a choice. I've got 3 units flanking me, and I did bring a light wizard for the net of Ammontok, so who should I net? So while I'm thinking about this and making this choice, I've also got to think about how I'm going to deal with the other 2 units that I don't net of Ammontok, and the front line that's coming in. So I'm forced to be thinking about a lot of things all at once. The power of this is that it can force people to make mistakes because they're thinking quickly. This attack has been launched and everything is coming together at the same time. I decide to net the cavalry as my demigriffs are right in front of them, and use my skirmishers to protect Karl Franz from an assassination attempt by the hippogriffs. And while my opponent's coordination was good, his front line of peasant mob is not. While these examples have been online battles, this does apply against the AI as well. Of course you're not really going to affect its thinking, but a coordinated attack will force an army to use its resources, which can create openings if they make a bad choice. One final example, my greenskins are pushing in on some dwarves here. You can see I'm looking to attack on all sides, I'm moving through the trees to come round. Gonna try and hit them on all sides and just cause utter chaos. I've got cavalry and squigs coming in from the right side, more cavalry on the left, and the front line approaching from the front, obviously. I'm giving my opponent a hell of a lot to think about, and I've taken advantage of the fact that cavalry is the dwarven weakness. I'm attacking and enveloping on all sides, and my opponent simply doesn't have enough units. I'm launching these trolls here to flank around the side of the front line as well, so that's another thing to coordinate if you're going to try flanking off the front line. Got my giant hanging back until the thunderers are dead, and everything is coming together with quite nice synchronization. However, I perhaps could have been a little bit quicker with the cavalry. It all comes down to your micromanagement. How quickly can you throw your mouse around the screen and give effective orders to all the different sections of your army? There's various ways to go about this, but that's probably another video in itself. So from this so-called tactic, I hope you can understand the importance of having your army attack as a team. They need to work together to beat the opponent. Together we stand, divided we fall, and all that. Thanks for watching. I hope you found this useful. I'll see you not in the past, not in the present. I'll see you in that time that comes later on.